For a long time, success may have felt far away, like something meant for others, something always just out of reach. Effort was given, patience was tested, and progress felt slow. But distance is not measured by time alone. It is measured by readiness. Success does not suddenly appear. It moves closer quietly, step by step, shaped by discipline, learning, and persistence. Every moment of effort that felt unnoticed was reducing the gap. Every challenge that felt discouraging was building strength. There comes a point when preparation outweighs doubt, when habits align with goals, when mindset becomes stronger than fear. That is the moment when success is no longer distant. It is approaching. The signs are subtle. Clarity replaces confusion. Confidence replaces hesitation. Opportunities begin to make sense. What once felt uncertain now feels possible. Success is not about speed. It is about direction. Moving forward consistently, even slowly, brings results closer than standing still with perfect plans. Action creates proximity. What once required struggle now requires belief. Not blind belief, but belief built on effort, resilience, and growth. The work has been done. The foundation exists. Success is no longer distant because the person you needed to become has already been shaped. The final steps are not about becoming ready. They are about stepping forward. Success often feels distant not because it is far away, but because the work required to reach it is happening quietly and without immediate reward. Preparation rarely feels like progress in the moment. Effort is given, time is invested, and patience is stretched, so yet visible results seem delayed. This creates the illusion that success is still far ahead. In reality, every step taken in preparation is shortening the distance, even when it cannot be seen. Preparation shapes capability. Skills are developed through repetition. Discipline is built through consistency. Confidence grows through overcoming small challenges. These changes happen internally before they ever appear externally. While outcomes may not be visible, readiness is increasing. The person being formed is moving closer to the success they seek. Many people quit during this phase because they mistake silence for stagnation. They assume that because recognition has not arrived, nothing is happening. This misunderstanding leads to abandonment of progress just before momentum builds. Preparation works beneath the surface. Like roots growing underground, it strengthens the foundation before anything rises above ground. Each challenge faced during preparation reduces future resistance. Difficulties teach problem solving. Failure builds resilience. Discomfort expands capacity. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. This transformation is proof that success is no longer distant. It is being approached through growth. Preparation also refines direction. Early efforts may feel scattered, but experience brings clarity. What does not work is eliminated. What aligns begins to stand out. This narrowing of focus accelerates progress. Success moves closer as uncertainty fades. The distance to success is not measured by how long the journey feels, but by how prepared the individual becomes. When preparation reaches a certain point, opportunities that were previously missed become visible. Doors that once seemed closed appear open. This shift does not happen by chance. It is the result of readiness meeting opportunity. Confidence plays a crucial role in this phase. It is not the loud confidence of achievement, but the quiet confidence of competence. Knowing that skills have been developed, effort has been given, and resilience has been built changes how opportunities are approached. Hesitation decreases. Action becomes natural. Preparation transforms fear into readiness. Fear comes from feeling unprepared. As preparation grows, fear loses its influence. Decisions feel lighter. Risks feel manageable. This internal shift signals that success is near. Success becomes reachable when preparation is complete. The distance closes not because time passed, but because growth occurred. What once felt far now feels familiar. The work done in silence now supports visible progress. Preparation does not announce its results, but it always delivers them. When effort has shaped ability and patience has shaped character, success is no longer distant, it is within reach. Success is often misunderstood as something that rewards speed, but in reality, it rewards consistency. Moving fast can feel productive, but without direction and discipline, speed leads to burnout or mistakes. Consistency, on the other hand, builds progress that lasts. Small actions repeated daily carry more power than occasional bursts of effort. Many people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect motivation. In that waiting, time passes without movement. Consistency removes the need for perfection. It focuses on showing up even when conditions are not ideal. One step forward every day quietly creates distance from where you started. Progress made through consistency may feel slow, but it is dependable. Each action reinforces the next. Habits form. Discipline strengthens. Momentum builds naturally. Over time, what once required effort becomes routine. This is how success moves closer without being forced. Speed often depends on external factors, motivation, excitement, or pressure. Consistency depends on commitment. Motivation rises and falls, but commitment sustains action. On days when energy is low or results are not visible, consistency keeps progress alive. This steady movement ensures that growth never fully stops. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. Every time you follow through on a small promise, confidence grows. You begin to believe in your ability to continue. This self-trust is essential because success demands persistence long after excitement fades. Confidence rooted in consistency is stronger than confidence rooted in quick wins. Slow progress is still progress. Each repeated effort compounds over time. Skills sharpen. Understanding deepens. Mistakes decrease. These improvements may not be dramatic, but they are meaningful. When consistency is maintained, results eventually become visible and sustainable. Many underestimate how much change small actions can produce over time. One disciplined choice today may seem insignificant, but repeated daily, it transforms outcomes. Consistency turns effort into identity. You no longer try to succeed, you live in alignment with success. Speed can create temporary results, but consistency creates lasting transformation. It removes reliance on luck and replaces it with reliability. When effort becomes habitual, success is no longer something chased. It becomes something approached naturally. Consistency also prepares the mind for long-term achievement. Patience grows. Frustration lessens. Expectations become realistic. This mental stability prevents quitting during slow periods. It allows progress to continue even when results are delayed. Success becomes closer not when actions are rushed, but when they are repeated with intention. Consistency ensures that no day is wasted. Even if no breakthrough occurs, over time, these steady steps close the distance. When progress is built through consistency, success does not feel sudden or overwhelming. It feels earned and familiar. That is why consistency outweighs speed. It carries you forward reliably until success is no longer distant. Success becomes distant when the mind is filled with doubt, fear, and hesitation. The distance is not always external. Often it exists internally. Mindset determines how close or far success feels. When belief is weak, effort feels heavy. When belief is strong, effort feels purposeful. The way the mind interprets challenges directly affects progress. A focused mindset turns obstacles into lessons instead of stopping points. Challenges stop feeling personal and start feeling instructional. Each difficulty becomes information rather than discouragement. This shift reduces emotional resistance and keeps momentum alive. When the mind is trained to see growth instead of failure, success naturally moves closer. Belief does not mean ignoring reality. It means trusting your ability to respond to reality. A strong mindset accepts setbacks without surrendering direction. It recognizes that discomfort is part of progress. This mental strength prevents quitting when results are delayed. Fear increases distance. Fear magnifies uncertainty and creates hesitation. It convinces the mind to wait, delay, or retreat. When fear controls decisions, success feels unreachable. Changing mindset weakens fear. Preparation and repeated action teach the mind that risk is manageable. With each step taken, fear loses influence. Clarity also plays a vital role in mindset. When goals are unclear, effort becomes scattered. Confusion drains energy. A focused mind simplifies direction. It knows where to aim and what to ignore. This clarity shortens the path to success by eliminating unnecessary movement. Mindset shapes identity. When you see yourself as capable, disciplined, and resilient, your actions align with that belief. You act differently. You respond differently. This alignment accelerates progress. Success moves closer because behavior matches intention. Negative self-talk creates distance without effort. Every thought of doubt slows momentum. Replacing negative patterns with intentional thinking restores control. Words repeated internally become instructions to the mind. When thoughts encourage persistence, action follows naturally. Mindset is strengthened through practice, not motivation. Small wins reinforce belief. Challenges overcome increased confidence. Reflection builds awareness. Over time, the mind becomes conditioned to expect progress instead of failure. Success approaches when mindset shifts from outcome, focused, to growth, focused. Instead of obsessing over results, attention moves to improvement. This reduces pressure and increases consistency. Progress becomes enjoyable rather than stressful. The distance to success shrinks when the mind stops fighting the journey. Acceptance of the process creates peace and persistence. When belief, clarity, and discipline align, success no longer feels far away. Mindset is not a decoration for success, it is the bridge to it. Change the mind, and the distance changes. With the right mindset, success is no longer distant. It is approaching with every intentional step. Challenges are often seen as barriers, but in reality, they are instructions. Every difficulty carries a lesson meant to strengthen awareness, skill, or character. When challenges are misunderstood, they feel like delays. When understood correctly, they become preparation. Success moves closer when resistance is recognized as training rather than punishment. Every obstacle introduces a new level of responsibility. It forces adaptation. Problems demand creativity. Pressure demands focus. These demands stretch capability beyond comfort. Without challenges, growth remains limited. What feels like struggle is often the exact experience required to handle future success. Failure is one of the most powerful forms of training. It exposes weaknesses without judgment. It highlights gaps in knowledge, discipline, or strategy. When failure is accepted instead of avoided, it becomes a guide. Adjustments are made. Awareness increases. The next attempt becomes stronger. Avoiding challenges keeps success distant. Comfort creates stagnation. Progress requires friction. Each challenge faced builds tolerance for difficulty. Over time, situations that once caused stress become manageable. This shift indicates growth. It proves readiness for higher responsibility. Challenges also build emotional resilience. Patience develops through delay. Confidence grows through recovery. Self-control strengthens through pressure. These internal qualities matter more than external wins. Success without resilience collapses under stress. Challenges ensure that stability exists before achievement arrives. The presence of difficulty is not a sign of being off track. Often, it is confirmation of being on the right path. Resistance appears when growth is occurring. The mind and body are being pushed beyond previous limits. This discomfort signals expansion. Lessons learned through challenges remain permanent. Shortcuts may offer speed, but they skip understanding. Experience gained through difficulty cannot be replaced. It creates wisdom that guides future decisions. This wisdom reduces future mistakes and accelerates progress. Each challenge passed shortens the distance to success. What once blocked movement now becomes stepping stones. Perspective changes, confidence increases, fear decreases. The journey becomes less intimidating. Training through challenges also builds humility. It teaches respect for the process. It removes entitlement and replaces it with appreciation. This mindset sustains long-term growth. Success does not arrive despite challenges. It arrives because of them. Every difficulty faced prepares the mind, strengthens the character, and sharpens the skills needed for achievement. When challenges are seen as training, progress becomes intentional, and success is no longer distant. Clarity is one of the strongest signs that success is approaching. When confusion dominates the mind, effort becomes scattered and energy is wasted. Progress feels slow because direction is uncertain. As clarity develops, decisions become easier, focus sharpens, and movement becomes intentional. This shift signals that success is no longer far away. Clarity begins with understanding what truly matters. Distractions lose their appeal. Unnecessary goals fade. Priorities become visible. When attention is no longer divided, energy flows toward meaningful action. This alignment shortens the path to results. Uncertainty often creates hesitation. When the mind is unsure, action is delayed. Clarity removes hesitation by defining purpose. Knowing why something is being pursued strengthens commitment. Doubt weakens when purpose becomes clear. Clarity also improves efficiency. Time is used wisely. Effort is applied where it counts. Mistakes decrease because actions are guided by understanding rather than impulse. This efficiency accelerates progress and builds confidence. As clarity grows, confidence naturally follows. Decision-making becomes firm. Fear of wrong choices lessens. Even when outcomes are uncertain, the direction remains steady. This stability creates momentum. Clarity is not about having all the answers. It is about knowing the next step. Success does not require a full roadmap, only a clear direction forward. Each step taken reveals the next. This continuous movement reduces overwhelm. Mental clarity also improves emotional balance. Stress decreases when purpose is defined. Anxiety fades when focus replaces confusion. This calm state allows for better performance and persistence. When clarity is present, opportunities become easier to recognize. The mind becomes alert. Possibilities that were once overlooked now stand out. This awareness draws progress closer. Clarity also strengthens discipline. Knowing what matters makes it easier to say no to distractions. Commitment becomes natural instead of forced. This consistency compounds results. Success approaches when clarity replaces confusion. The journey becomes simpler, not easier, but clearer. Focused action replaces scattered effort. Confidence replaces doubt. Clarity is a powerful indicator that success is near. When direction is defined and purpose is understood, progress accelerates. With clarity guiding action, success is no longer distant. It is directly ahead. Action is the final bridge between possibility and reality. Ideas, plans, and intentions hold value only when they are activated. Many people remain distant from success, not because they lack potential, but because they delay action. Thinking, planning, and preparing can feel productive, but without movement, nothing changes. Success moves closer the moment action begins. Action creates momentum. The first step is often the hardest because it breaks inertia. Once movement starts, resistance weakens. Each action makes the next one easier. Progress becomes a chain reaction rather than a struggle. Even imperfect action generates learning, adjustment, and growth. Waiting for perfect conditions keeps success far away. Perfection is an illusion that postpones progress. Action does not require certainty, it requires courage. Taking action despite doubt trains confidence. Each step taken proves capability and builds belief. Action also reveals reality. Many fears exist only in imagination. Once action begins, assumptions are replaced by experience. Problems become clearer. Solutions become visible. This clarity cannot be achieved through thinking alone. It emerges through doing. Small actions are powerful. They reduce overwhelm and build consistency. A single step may seem insignificant, but repeated steps create transformation. Action compounds. What starts small grows steadily. Success approaches quietly through consistent movement. Action builds accountability. When effort is applied, responsibility increases, progress becomes measurable. Results, whether positive or negative, provide feedback. This feedback refines direction and improves future actions. Growth accelerates through this cycle. Fear loses strength when confronted with action. Fear thrives in hesitation. Movement weakens it. Each action taken reduces uncertainty. Confidence grows not from success alone, but from the willingness to act despite uncertainty. Action aligns intention with identity. When actions match goals, self-image changes. You no longer see yourself as someone who wants success. You see yourself as someone who works toward it. This identity shift sustains long-term progress. Action also attracts opportunity. Movement creates visibility. Effort creates momentum. Opportunities tend to meet those already in motion. Standing still rarely invites growth. Action signals readiness. Success does not require massive leaps, it requires consistent steps. Action transforms waiting into progress. Each effort shortens the distance. Each decision to move forward reinforces commitment. When action becomes a habit, success stops feeling distant. Progress becomes part of daily life. Momentum replaces hesitation. The gap between where you are and where you want to be steadily closes. Action turns potential into proof. It transforms dreams into direction and effort into results. When action leads the way, success is no longer distant. It is being actively reached. Success was never meant to remain far away. It only felt distant because the journey required growth before arrival. Every effort given in silence, every challenge faced with patience, every moment of discipline built readiness. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was delayed without purpose. The distance has been closing all along. Consistency created momentum. Mindset shaped direction. Challenges built strength. Clarity refined focus. Action transformed intention into progress. Each step taken carried meaning. Success does not arrive as a surprise. It arrives as recognition of preparation. When effort aligns with belief and action follows intention, progress becomes visible. What once seemed unreachable now feels familiar. This is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of expansion. Growth continues, but now it carries confidence. Movement continues, but now it feels lighter. Success is no longer distant because readiness exists. The work has been done. The path is clear. The next step is forward.